Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Naruto.
Oh shit!
What? No way! He did it! Oh shit! Hey guys, thank you guys for staying so engaged in this channel, and as a show of appreciation, we want to take the time to answer some of these questions you guys have for us. And it's a very spicy question we have today. Legendary characters are being brought back into this bracket. Guys, it's Jiraiya, the Great Toad Sage, versus Itachi Uchiha. What a crazy matchup you guys have asked us to go down to, because both these epic shinobi are of legend. They made their mark on the show, done epic things in the show. Both have died tragically, but for the greater good of the shinobi world. My question is, guys, whose death was more impactful? I'm kidding. My question is, my real question is, battle, guys, fighting. They're both peak as alive. Jiraiya was not reanimated, so I'm not going to entertain the idea of Itachi versus Jiraiya reanimated. Kind of doesn't, I mean, if Itachi's reanimated, I'm pretty sure like he's pretty much undefeated. So let's do it when they were alive. Itachi does have a health condition, but he does have access to his Mangekyo Sharingan, just as sharp, just as intelligent. And like we said before, he's a man with a plan, was able to take out his whole clan back at the age of when he was not even a teenager, leader of the Anbu Black Ops, Jonin level character basically when he was a kid. What a crazy character to bring in. But then we have the legendary Sanin in Jiraiya, was a legend, was able to go toe-to-toe with the likes of Orochimaru and Tsunade. Was a war hero, but definitely has one of the best abilities in the series, which Sage Mode. Able to summon Mom, Pod, Toad, access to Sage energy. Was able to go toe-to-toe with the Pains until he got jumped. Real sad. Don't need to remind y'all that moment. Still crying about it. Anyway, guys, we have the match set up, guys. We have the clan killer Itachi, one of the goats of the series, one of the most notorious planners, but has power inside against Jiraiya. A true man who lived the Shinobi Creed, was a great espionage fighter, known for sneaking into enemy territory, and as well as, you know, being an excellent combat fighter, strategist as well, just like Itachi. We have a crazy matchup as both these guys died for the sake of the village, doing what they do best. My question is, guys, who would you take in the fight? Jiraiya versus Itachi. Let's go.
Go ahead. You want to go first, George?
Yeah. Oh God, guys, I don't know, man. This is kind of
you
a
go
hard
first.
one.
Oh, you're going first.
Oh, yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Because honestly, if it was Edo 10, if it was a reanimation Itachi, it'd be cleared. But since, you know, Itachi is dying, this comes down to a battle of, you know, stamina and endurance. Because really, reality is, we saw during Itachi's last fight alive against Sasuke. One, he was holding back. Madara / Toby did say that, hey, if Itachi really wanted to kill you, Sasuke, he would have. So we know that for a fact. So what's interesting about it is that, though, if we're assuming that Itachi's going all out bloodlust, or, you know, Jiraiya says, I'm gonna kill Sasuke if you don't fight me, Jiraiya, right? I don't know, man. It's interesting because, like, I feel like Jiraiya is such a sneaky, maneuverable person that he's gonna be able to evade or set traps for, you know, someone like Itachi. But Itachi's able to catch someone in Genjutsu with one finger, you know. And it's crazy because you have Jiraiya who's able to sneak around but have battle abilities like, you know, summoning toads, summoning frogs, being able to use them to his advantage. You have someone like Itachi, yeah, he has crows, but he's able to use the Shadow Clone Jutsu. If he's able, again, he doesn't have to bring the Mangekyo if he doesn't want to use his chakra as much. I think his regular Sharingan should suffice. I don't know, man. It's just because of Itachi's illness where I would lean maybe Itachi. But the thing is with Jiraiya, he's like Naruto, where he'll use other methods and other ways, and like Akashi, to track his opponent, bait them, and find out what they're able to do, right? We saw his fight against, you know, someone like Pain, where I feel like if Jiraiya was able to know the secret behind Pain, I think he would have actually been able to. He was able to take out 3 Pains with, you know, with the plan, right? If he had he not known about the other couple Pains, or Nagato being the real Pain, I feel like that battle would have gone a lot differently. I feel like he would have been able to escape, and I feel like he would have been able to, you know, find a way to come back or something. I don't know. This is a tricky one, but I think if Itachi, you know, pulls out the Susanoo, I don't know what, you know, Jiraiya would be able to do. But again, if Itachi does pull out the Susanoo, it's sort of a last Hail Mary, because we know that it causes immense pain to bring it out. Itachi doesn't have the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, so he's constantly going blind whenever he uses the Mangekyo as well. I don't know, guys. This is hard. I would lean maybe Itachi just to some of his OP skill sets, but I could see an argument on a day when, like, Itachi's feeling real sick or something like that, or he's going he's using too much chakra, he has a stamina issue. You see him literally coughing up blood literally towards the end of his fight with Sasuke, and that's a fight that he planned on losing, right? So I don't know. This is an interesting thing. I guess I instinct would lean Itachi, but it would be disrespectful not to say that Jiraiya would not go down without a fight. You saw him able to take down Pains. He was able to even secure Pain to give back to the Leaf Village. Even if Jiraiya dies, I feel like the next person coming to fight Itachi would kill him just because Jiraiya would be able to get the info back even if he did lost, you know? And he's able to do it against someone like the Rinnegan, which is one of the stronger, visual jutsus in the series. Definitely compared to a regular Mangekyo Sharingan without the Eternal boost. I don't know, man. That's kind of wild. And on top of that, Jiraiya has Sage Mode as well. That's what's crazy about it, is that we have someone, if he's able to summon Mom Pod Toad, right, and if he's able to use Sage Chakra, I feel like a lot of the things that Itachi has would not work except Mangekyo level techniques. And even if he caught Itachi, if you actually able to catch Jiraiya in some of the Tsukuyomi, I feel like Jiraiya's danger perception in Sage Mode would help him a lot in that case. I mean, he did get caught from behind from, Nagato, but even I feel like he was lowering his technique before, losing his Sage Chakra when he got. So if he maintains Sage Mode throughout the whole fight, or at least able to get it off early enough, I think it's going to be a much more even fight, and I wouldn't be able to declare a winner if Jiraiya is able to get Sage Mode on there, because he'd be able to have danger perception, and he also has a Genjutsu on his side too that uses the ears, not the eyes. So he was able to get Nagato with that too. I'm sorry, he was able to get the Pains with that, not Nagato, but he was able to neutralize 3 of the Pains with that and kill them because of that. So I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts? Because I lean Itachi, but I can't say that 100% confidence like I've done other matchups. Give me your thoughts on some of the things I've led, as well as your guys' personal preference. What do you think?
Yeah, this one is pretty hard. One thing though, if you the callback towards when Itachi first met Naruto.
Yeah.
In the Leaf Village, when Itachi and Kasama are gonna get Naruto.
Yeah.
And the Jiraiya turns the whole
the frog. Oh yeah, he turns the hallway into a mountain.
And there's one scene where Itachi has his Mangekyo, and he's trying to use his put people under his Genjutsu, right? Like what happened to Kakashi, right?
Yeah.
But actually, Jiraiya didn't look away.
Oh, true.
He actually didn't look away.
Did he actually try to use Genjutsu? Because I remember he tried to use. I remember he used a Matarasu to escape.
Yeah, but I remember because I saw this I don't know. It's just a quick clip, and they was just saying like, Jiraiya was like didn't look away, and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
But the question is, here's the thing, right? It would be cool if that was true, but I'm not 100% sure because remember Itachi used the Mangekyo on. Actually, he used the Mangekyo on Kakashi. Yeah. And then remember, as they were trying to get Naruto, Sasuke jumps in. Remember, he tries to use Chidori. Itachi puts Sasuke under the Tsukuyomi again. He puts him under Tsukuyomi again to relive the Uchiha massacre all over again. And then from that he was weak.
But Jiraiya didn't.
But do we know if he activated his Mangekyo then? That's the question. And remember, he activated his Mangekyo. I would have to look it up, but that would be a crazy feat if that was the case. But I don't remember. I remember he said that only the Sharingan can really beat the Sharingan in Genjutsu prowess. And remember, Sasuke was able to overcome the Tsukuyomi that Itachi used against him in their fight. Because remember, Zetsu even noted that too. It would take someone of an equal level of Sharingan to match that power, which is why Kakashi lost, because he didn't. Remember, Itachi said that you may have our eyes, but you don't have our physical stamina or body that comes with having the Sharingan. So I don't know. That's a good point you bring up. Where guys, let us know in the comment. Was it the case that Jiraiya did look into Itachi's eyes? I feel like that'd be like he'd be game over at that point, because Itachi was able to point a finger at someone and get Naruto to get Jutsu. I can give me your phone. I'll look it up. I don't want you to spoil it, but but that's a good debate question though. That'd be crazy. Let us know. I would say no, but again, also I would argue that also because Itachi already used Tsukuyomi on Kakashi, was having a Sharingan active, and then used Tsukuyomi again on Sasuke. I don't know. That's a good thing to bring up. I don't know. That is interesting. Because a lot of times on YouTube, some people will say like, "Oh, like this is what this person did," but reality they just misinterpreted.
Maybe I misinterpreted.
I don't think you misinterpreted. I think you heard someone misinterpret it, and that's what sucks. Is because in the Naruto fandom, everyone can say like, "Oh, if Jiraiya," it's like the Batman prep time argument where Batman can beat anyone, right? It's like, okay, yes, technically sure, but like, I know that's another thing too, because remember, we've seen in other debates too, people be glazing who they want. So, because if people, again, there are people, like I said, still mad that Jiraiya's dead. You know what I mean? There's still people that are mad about that. So again, like, you're not going to satisfy everyone with that, but that would be a crazy feat if that were the case, because I've never heard of anyone that could look into a Sharingan user's eyes.
I mean, I don't think he looked into his Mangekyo.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, the thing is, though, we do know there are ways to combat the Mangekyo, because Guy Sensei did say that, like, I looked at their feet when I fight the Sharingan, because, you know, I can counter their movements based on what their feet movement are. I mean, Jiraiya was able to... Remember, it's funny, in that fight, though, you did reference... Jiraiya did, Itachi did say to Kisame, no, let's not fight. Jiraiya is not someone to mess with. He's legendary Sani.
Yes.
And he's like, he said you're not gonna go unharmed. To Kisame, the tailless tail beast Kisame, right? The dude that was able to absorb chakra with his sword, Kisame. So that's what's great about that part of Naruto, because when we see these characters later on get their max, that statement holds a lot of value right now too. So Itachi's like, yo, be careful. Remember, this is Kisame's partner that he's with too, right? He knows Kisame. Be careful, bro, because, you know, if you go up against Jiraiya, you're not going to go unscathed. He was able to bring in Toad. He was able to create his own environment with Toads, right? That Toad Mountain technique that covered, you know, brought in the Fire Mountain Toad's throat or stomach into there. Mm-hmm. So again, like, it's crazy. Jiraiya has some crazy moves like that for trapping and espionage.
But
I don't know.
But the thing is, I think Itachi's very smart. Like, he's insanely smart.
Yeah.
So
Batman or Pepsi.
Unfortunately, I might have to go with Itachi.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say this, but like, he's very smart with his fight with Kabuto. Yeah. Like, you know, that was pretty crazy itself. Yeah. The whole, like, how he purposely died for Sasuke.
Yeah. I mean, the point that he was so ahead of the game where he was able to plan his own death. That's crazy.
And what happens after too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, even to the point where he's able to plan with the Koto Matsukami, you can't really count, you know, Itachi out like that. So yeah, that's a good point. Jason, we haven't heard from you, bud.
I mean, I'll just give you a hint. Look at my shirt. I have to go with Itachi, man. The way I think of it is more like, I think Jiraiya is very, very skilled, but I think he's a better teacher than he is at, like, if it was to, like,
fight.
Just based off of, like, what they've done in the show, I think Jiraiya is a much better teacher than he is at fighting. Not to say that he's not a good fighter, but I'm just saying, if we're comparing versus Itachi, I just think his skills as a teacher are more evolved than to be able to use his abilities against someone like Itachi. Yes. Not to say that he wouldn't put a fight up.
You heard me call Jiraiya trash, guy.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, listen, no, Glaze. Like, I mean, bro.
I literally just said, right before he said that, I said, not that he wouldn't put up a fight, but I just think Itachi is better overall at just fighting and being, for what he's done to be able to take out his whole squad, like his whole clan and all that, like, stuff like that. Like, bro, he's not like just some random, you know, character that just fought here and there. He's killed a lot. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
To be able to go against someone that has the instinct of killing with no, not to say that this is a good thing, but to have that instinct of not...
Itachi's a cold-blood killer.
Killer, right. Yeah.
With kind
with love and kindness, like, towards brother, towards, you know...
Clan, the village.
Yeah. So, he is not afraid of killing, and he has that cold-blooded instinct of killing.
Yeah.
Jiraiya, on the other hand, we haven't really seen that side of him like that, and if it was to come out to an all-out war between Jiraiya and Itachi, I'm going to lean towards Itachi.
Okay.
Like 98% of the way.
See, so I think we all agree Itachi from here based on this, but just, you know, to make it a little bit harder for you guys, right? Remember, you got Jiraiya that has the toads on his side, right? And if he's able to summon some of the Mount Miyaboku toads, I feel like it would be a lot for Itachi to handle. Imagine, like, an army of frogs. Again, there is the Susanoo. Yeah. I'm not going to forget the Susanoo. And if Jiraiya gets hit by the Totsuka blade from Itachi's Susanoo, it is game over. I mean, it's able to seal anything if you're able to touch it. But again, please go ahead.
No, I had a question. So, isn't there something that Jiraiya couldn't perfect that Naruto perfected with the Sage Mode or something? With Sage abilities?
It is Sage Mode.
It's the actual Sage Mode.
Yeah, because so remember, Jiraiya is technically an imperfect Sage because he still retains the frog-like features and he needs Ma and Pa to generate the. Naruto, remember, when he actually hacks, you know, the Sage Mode by using a lot of Shadow clones. but then also, right, he mastered Sage mode well more advanced, perfected it.
Okay.
To the point where he doesn't need to do all this other stuff.
I think that's a factor too.
Okay.
Just okay, that's all. You can keep going.
No, I think that is important, but again, if Jiraiya is able to summon Mom Pod Toad, he's able to then gather Sage energy without having to, focus like Naruto does. He doesn't. Remember, Naruto used the clones as a way. Remember, Naruto only developed the Shadow Clone way to get Sage energies because Kurama didn't let him share chakra.
Yeah.
Right? And because of that, because Kurama kicked out Pod Toad, that's when Naruto was like, okay, I can't use the Mom Pod Toad. I'm going to have to run around gathering. That didn't work, so then he used Shadow Clones instead. Jiraiya's, again, like Pa and Ma said, like, look, because we're attached to him, we can generate Sage energy for him, gather it for him, and he can still fight. So even if Jiraiya is weaker in that aspect, he has a way to counteract that in that aspect. Plus, also, Mom and Pa can fight while attached to Jiraiya. They were able to have combination due to like the Mountain Toad Oil Firebomb. You have Ma shooting oil, Pa shooting wind, and Jiraiya shooting fire. That shit ignites everything, and unless you can absorb it, it sets everything on fire. Plus, remember, with nature energy too, like that's another factor as well. All of his techniques become even crazier. The Rasengan becomes almost as big as this almost size of Susanoo. Almost. I'm not gonna say exactly. I have to look at it to say, but we've seen him do massive Rasengans and do these other tactics. So again, Jiraiya ain't no slouch in that sense, right? And then remember, Itachi he's a verified cold-blooded killer, but remember, Jiraiya was named Asani after finding the likes of Hanzo and surviving war as well, right? So to saying that Jiraiya hasn't, seen that level of bloodshed, I would again, not to the as intensely as Itachi. Maybe again, that's also the product of the show, putting that storyline ahead of it too, right? But also Jiraiya, Orochimaru, Tsunade, they've all seen vast amounts of bloodshed and war, being involved against the conflict in Hanzo and everything. Plus, they've been around long enough. Remember, they've been since the third Hokage. That's at least 2 ninja wars, 3 ninja wars right there. So
that's true.
That's another aspect of it. I wouldn't say, again, I still agree that I would lean Itachi, but again, I think it's a lot closer than we all like to admit, especially if Itachi is alive. Remember, if he pulls his Susanoo, he feels like he's dying. We've seen that too, right? And even when he used his Mangekyo techniques, right? When he used the Amaterasu to free himself from Jiraiya's Mountain Toad trap, you saw him deactivate the Mangekyo, hold his eyes, and then even deactivate his initial Sharingan as well. Because remember, Itachi would just have his regular base Sharingan active the whole time, most of the time, but then after his fight with that encounter with Jiraiya, right, he had to revert back. You could argue that, hey, Tsukuyomi 2 times in a row fighting against Naruto and Jiraiya, that is a lot on the chakra. But that's what I'm saying. It's like we've seen other characters in this show that may not be as much skill, but have a lot more chakra and could do comparable potentially. I don't know. That's the thing, is that Itachi's literally only nerfed by himself. That's the sad part. They literally had to write him being diseased for him to lose. That's the sad.
Well, that and doing it on purpose. Yeah,
that planning. But then that's what makes Madara say that statement, and Madara/Tobi say to Sasuke that statement, like, "Yo, look, you think that you could kill Itachi if you really wanted you to, bro? Like, I love how he's like, bro, you know that he would wipe the floor with your shit if he wanted to." Even then, Madara/Tobi was like, yeah, he could have killed me if he wanted to. I had to hide some shit from that homie, the fuck, So, again, that's not to mess with Itachi, because even, again, like, he's like one of the few characters that can find a way, even after death, to come back. Some shit like that, Yeah. With Koto Matsukami, great example of that, able to turn the enemy's jutsu against them by something he implanted for someone else. Craziness. And Jiraiya, only thing that limits Jiraiya, I think, is the tricks, any jutsu that he hasn't unveiled yet. But again, when you have the ultimate defense with Susanoo, with that shield that can deflect pretty much any attack, and the Sword of Sealing, if Itachi gets that Susanoo, it's pretty much game over, unless, Jiraiya's Sage jutsu and everything comes clutch for him. But even then, that's a lot. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I think I would lean Itachi, but I don't want to disrespect Jiraiya, because there's a reason why he was able to go against Pain by himself. The only thing that kept him back was information. That really was it. I feel like that fight would have gone a lot differently if he had the full scope of the story. But then again, he wouldn't have gone there if he had known the secret anyway. So again, that's what it is. But I don't know, guys. Any more thoughts on this bout or anything that we could talk about anymore?
No, man. I think I'm gonna stick with my answer, Itachi.
Yeah. Itachi. I feel you guys. I feel. Then the next question is, who had the best? Which death impacted you more?
You already know the answer to that. For me, I don't know about you guys.
Yes. Yes. Haku's death.
No, Granny.
Granny Chiyo from Part 1, the most impactful death. Okay, yeah. Between Jiraiya and Itachi.
Technically, it was Part 2.
Yeah, say Part 2. Yeah, but I'm saying. I'm sorry. Well, my bad. Part 2's. Yeah. But my question is, guys, the impact. I guess the question, which death impacted you the most, and which one do you think had the best impact to the show?
Jiraiya's death really was saddening, but Itachi's death is still being talked about until this day. Yeah. This Sasuke was literally just remembering about his death.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess we can agree, Itachi. I don't know, man. Just seeing, I don't know, every once in a while I see a clip of someone new guy or a kid reacting Jiraiya getting killed, and he'd be like, "No! They did my boy Jiraiya dirty." I've seen clips of people seeing that shit live, or like, no, I remember seeing a video of a guy in a club watching Naruto in the club, finding out that Jiraiya died and walked out of the club. He literally, and the friends like, and his homie's like, "Yo, what's going on, bro?" He's like, "Yo, my boy Jiraiya died." He's in tears outside the club, bro. It's bananas. It's hilarious.
Oh my god.
But again, I don't know which. I guess I give it to you guys. Then my question is, which death impacted you more? But more importantly, to the battle to the death, who would you take if both the characters were still alive? Sage Mode Jiraiya versus the Susanoo Mangekyo Itachi. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But guys, any more thoughts on this matchup? No? Thank you so much for staying engaged with the channel. We love all the feedback and all the comments and everything you guys have been dropping on the channel. We appreciate it so much. As a show of appreciation, we want to take a look at one of your guys' comments and talk about it. And this time it isn't going to be a versus match. It's going to be a general question for the boys. Just something we, one of the basic things in Naruto. We love the concept of chakra and jutsu in the show. It makes the show go full round. And what's great about idea of chakra and jutsu is that, like I said before, it's the basic crux of the show, but because of that, they've developed it so well. There's so many different variations and aspects of the show. Every new character we get has a new jutsu or new type of thing that makes them super cool in the series. And so what I guess the question for the day is, it's a simple question, but it can dive into a lot of different things. So my question is, guys, what's your favorite jutsu? And take it away. Whoever wants to go first.
Do you want to go first? I want to hear.
Okay, so it's interesting, right? I actually have the most knowledge of the show just because I've already watched it all. So it's going to be interesting aspects. So obviously, I'm going to talk about everything before where we are in the series with the boys. So I guess for me, I it's not a right answer for me, but I guess for me, I think the first jutsu I knew that I was like, oh fuck, this is super serious. Like, I think actually I do have an answer for this. My favorite is the Shadow Clone Jutsu. The reason why it's because the Shadow Clone Jutsu for me is one of the most, since the beginning of the series when it was first introduced, right? The concept of Naruto learning the clone jutsu, right? It was the jutsu you could never learn. Gets the Forbidden Scroll in the first episode. All of a sudden, because he just read the scroll, he learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Not only that, multi-Shadow Clones. And I love that from the series how the jutsu is going to develop to where, like, okay, by the way, the Shadow Clone Jutsu can also gain experience. You can also use it to help in training. And for me, I thought about, like, okay, we can all talk about the coolest hype, cool-looking jutsu for sure, and that we can answer in this video. But for me, why it's my favorite jutsu is because of how useful it is in the series, how Naruto is used in the series in so many different ways, how it's been used in Deception. We've seen Naruto able to use the transformation jutsu on the Shadow Clones to trick his enemies, right? I feel like that jutsu being one of Naruto's bases of the series was such a good jutsu because, like, it's just a jutsu that, like, is so versatile, right? Naruto can play at any time. It's his go-to. It's recognizable. Everyone knows you see one Naruto or two Naruto. You can see, okay, and t-shirts and material and promotion stuff. Like, okay, it's not just one Naruto. It's like 4 Narutos that are ready to beat the shit out of someone, right? Dude, Naruto, one of my favorite uses of him is him using jutsus in combination with each other, right? Using the Shadow Clone to create the Rasengan to help him make the Rasengan, right? Naruto wasn't able to do the Rasengan properly until he got the second clone to help maintain the shape, right? So I think that the Shadow Clone jutsu being so versatile but so like cool to use in the series just because how his implements him learning the Rasen Shuriken, helping him the Rasengan, him when we saw him getting hyped up to fight Gaara when he saved Sasuke, he pulled out almost 4,000 of them just to beat the shit out of Gaara. It was so cool. For me, I think the Shadow Clone Jutsu is by far like one of my favorite jutsus, just because if I can, like, bro, like, also just because of the thought of me being able to produce Shadow Clones to just get chores done, like, bro, I'd have one clone sleeping, one clone editing, another clone at my work right now making that shit, you know what I mean, like, and then diffuse them, get the experience, and then do that shit again the next day. I could have one working out, bro. I can have one doing my taxes. You never know, bro. I can have one learning a new skill. I can have one hitting the bag in the garage. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's such a cool jutsu that can translate in real life so usefully. I was like, damn, bro. Like, I think it's one of the coolest jutsus in the series, and that's why I picked the Shadow Clone Jutsu. What about you guys? I hope I didn't take any guys' answers.
Nah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I definitely like that one.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Well, I was gonna jokingly say the sexy jutsu.
Nah, I want you to hear. What was it? What was it? Say it again. What was it?
The sexy jutsu. I remember when we first started watching Naruto, seeing that, like, That was so funny.
Yeah.
I remember like the Lord Third's reaction when he saw that, and when he defeated when Ebisu saw that.
Oh my gosh.
But one of my favorites was, I don't know if this is correct, but the flying Rajin.
Yeah, the flying Raijin jutsu.
Raijin jutsu.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, the kunai.
Can we like pull it out?
Yeah, I can pull it out.
Yeah. So this
the flying Raijin kunai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw Minato use it against well now it's Obito, but when the Nine Tails at first attack happened 16 years ago at the Leaf Village.
Yeah.
Seeing that, so cool. Like, because I didn't realize what he was doing, but then when you explained it and I picked it up, I'm like, he's literally using this teleport.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so cool. Like how cool it was during that fight, and I was like, this is so OP.
Yo, no, and honestly, seeing, Minato's use of that jutsu, like, him effectively using, like, the same reason why I love the Shadow Clones, how Minato's used the flying Raijin, right? Like you said, the Nine Tails attack. Like the Nine Tails attack.
Whoa, yo.
Like the Nine Tails attack. Because during the Nine Tails attack, we saw him, like, use the kunai, right, to teleport, like, a tail beast bomb away. That was crazy. Seeing him, how he was able to, like, just go from place to place, like, zoom around where the markings are. Definitely a great jutsu. And also level 2 when he teleported the kunai and the Rasengan right after, like against Toby. Yeah, that shit was crazy for sure.
Another one, it's the Kamui.
The Kamui, yeah.
Being able to just like vanish and then reappear and then vanish objects and stuff like that and people.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool too.
No.
So those are my 2 picks or 3.
For real.
So,
I mean, they're good. They're good lineup. I don't know if we're gonna do a top list, but I respect the list. I mean, Kakashi's use of the Kamui is exceptional. I mean, him being able to, point blank take away the Susanoo like arrows, the pain needle, the missile, all that stuff. All that stuff is crazy. So yeah, definitely, you were right, bro. That's a solid list. Damn, Jason, we both came with some pretty heavy hitters. I might take another jutsu if you don't say something hype. So go for it, Jason. No. What is the jutsu?
So I kind of picked a more basic one because I felt like this was very.
We can go in on any.
I'm saying it because like, I think this is one. It's kind of similar to what you said.
Yeah.
Meaning, it was there from the beginning, and you kind of mentioned how it's. Well, let me say what it is first.
Yeah.
So the one I think is the taijutsu.
Oh. Okay.
So the reason I think this is my favorite one is because I lean more towards like things that are more realistic.
Yeah.
And taijutsu is one of those that it's more hand-to-hand combat, right?
Yeah.
So watching Rock Lee, Guy Sensei do what they do and being able to use, the taijutsu at an extreme level, I think has been really cool to see. It's kind of underrated, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. For me, at least, I think it's underrated because everyone, you guys picked good ones.
I mean, but let's be honest though. Taijutsu had stay moments in the series, like when Rock Lee was first introduced. The concept, remember the 5 when he opened the 5th gates against Rock Lee.
Yeah.
But even after that, Naruto and Sasuke have been using Taijutsu still too. We've seen them in hand-to-hand combat, right?
Exactly.
Itachi and stuff too. I mean, remember like Naruto and Sasuke's fight in the final valley at the end of Naruto, right? Before the tail beast cloaks and dude, that shit was straight hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
And when Sasuke unlocked that Sharingan, that hand-to-hand was more hand. I'm gonna beat your ass, Naruto. And that shit was hype seeing that too.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene too when Naruto literally? This is before Sasuke unlocked the third the Tomo on the Sharingan, right? Naruto uppercuts him, sends Sasuke. His eyes are whited out because he took the first punch, and then Naruto just kept punching in the stomach, and Sasuke kept rising in the air, and Naruto kicked him, and Sasuke flipped into the water.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that shit was hype. But then you see Sasuke unlock that Sharingan. When like I said, my favorite jutsu didn't work against him during that fight because Naruto's clones were jumping him like missiles, and Sasuke was killing the shit out of him just with taijutsu.
Yeah.
So that's good. I respect that, bro.
So I think like even Madara used it when he like remember that scene when Madara used taijutsu, like using his Sharingan eyes to be able to like move through and just quick attack. The way they showed it, bro, it was oh my god.
I mean, he was dancing on them like
literally. That's what I'm saying. So it was that's all taijutsu is hand-to-hand combat, right? It was quick attacks, not using any sort of like chakra, I guess, like the way we.
I mean, he's only using a Sharingan, and what he was using, dude. It was you guys saw in that fight how they animated that shit. Like they were trying to fight him, and he'd take their weapons, he'd take their paper bombs and explode on them. He didn't use any. He didn't put out any hand signs until like he'd do that fireball jutsu on everyone. So I was like, and even then it took a bunch of water style users to even match his one fire style. Right. So honestly, it was a mercy on them that he just used his hands. But it was the most fun for us as the audience.
Right.
So,
right. But I think taijutsu is like one of those where it's everyone uses it. In a way. Like when you're fighting someone, you're gonna somehow use it, and we've seen almost all the characters use it. Some sort of way. So I don't know. That's my pick. I mean, you said you had a second pick, right?
I mean, dude, like honestly, for me, another great pick that I love is I want obviously the Rasengan is the main characters, but the Chidori and Kakashi with the Raikiri, I just feel like the way again because. It was a growth of seeing such a crazy technique, and like I said, since in the beginning, right? Seeing Kakashi use the Chidori, well at the time Lightning Blade on Zabuza, you're like, whoa, because that was the first time you knew Kakashi was scary. He had the Sharingan already, but it was like, what is this jutsu that's gonna kill Zabuza at this point? Right? What is it gonna be? And then he's just like, oh no, I'm gonna give you this original jutsu, his own created jutsu, right? And then we got to see the backstory of how it was created when with Minato's mission, how Obito's death, right? Remember Kakashi was developing the Chidori at that point too. Once he got the Sharingan, it becomes a complete jutsu, right? That crazy backstory behind it, the origin behind its uses, and then also seeing how Sasuke has turned that jutsu as well into something crazy, right? He's able to turn the beginning. We see Sasuke back beginning of the time skip, right? He's literally mollywopping everyone, right? With taijutsu, mind you, right? But even then, he was like, okay, they've tried to first attack him. He spread the Chidori around his whole body. That shit was I was already like, yo, he's already upgraded to Dory from when the creator Kakashi already used it, right? Oh, and then after that he implemented that nature change into Kirin, that crazy sky dragon, right? Oh, and then later on he's able to extend this range of his Chidori as a sword against Deidara and also fucking killing Danzo and trying to kill Karin with that too, right? That's just all derived from one jutsu. So I was just like, bro, like, and just seeing the moments of honestly how the Chidori sounds, like that the screeching and the energy that comes from that shit too. Ooh, and every time we see, shit's about to go down. So that's why the Chidori for me is a pretty solid fucking pick of a jutsu. What about any more jutsus you want to talk about? You definitely.
I think just another one I'll just add just for giggles is the Susanoo, bro.
Oh
I mean, come on, bro. Lately we've been seeing it a lot. Yeah, and, bro, that is nuts. Yeah, especially the way Madara uses it. Yes. Especially the way
bro, he's summoning meteorites with that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
That's what I'm saying. So. When I see stuff like that, it reminds me of like when I was watching like Transformers, or even like Power Rangers. Yeah, it's the same idea, but just an intense level of that. So,
bro, let's keep talking about like we've seen how the Susanoo is being used too. Like honestly, I think when we see Sasuke versus Danzo and him during the 5 Kage summon, them using him and also Madara too, right? But how the Susanoo was first introduced at the end of Itachi fighting Sasuke, right? Right. Being this crazy thing of a trump card, and how Sasuke's been able to use it, bro. We got to see him basically grab Danzo at point blank and crush him in its hand with a Susanoo. You're like, bro, that's just kind of heavy, bro. Yeah. Y'all's reaction to that was crazy, dude. So I know, like, seeing the Susanoo partially as well. Honestly, though, for me, seeing, like, when it formed hand signs to do the meteorite, I was like, bro, I did not know the Susanoo would be like in tandem.
Yeah, it was doing.
Yeah, because it had Madara doing one hand sign, and remember, Madara Susanoo's like second form has 2 faces. Yeah, and it has 2 sets of arms. So you had one forming one hand sign, another doing another one, and they're all different hand signs. You're just like, what's about to happen? It's like, oh, just imminent death on everyone. You're just like, fuck, bro. And that's another way. A Susanoo isn't just as a weapon; he uses it as an extension of his jutsu too. Right. Seriously, god damn, that's crazy, bro. But that's a good one. Alan, do you want to bring up another one or another jutsu?
I mean, I brought up 3, so.
I mean, you did.
Yeah, so. Right.
What was the third?
Oh, the first one.
Oh, Kami, flying.
Well, he said the sexy jutsu.
Oh yeah, sexy. Okay, yeah, true.
Don't disrespect one of the best jutsus in the entire show.
Fair. I mean,
dude, you can defeat. I bet that's how Naruto's gonna defeat Madara.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Madara's just gonna be so flustered that he can't attack. It's like, oh, whoa.
I have the rending on a Susanoo, but boobies? Boobies are my weakness, guys.
I cannot finish my attack.
You know why my weakness? I cannot finish. The Susanoo sees ass. I cannot finish my jutsu.
Can the Susanoo use the sexy jutsu?
It'd be a giant sexy jutsu, right?
What would that even look like? I don't even. You know
I'm
what?
curious, guys in the comments below. I want you to know. Send in the fan art, bro. I'll give you his email.
No.
Just some Susanoo big honkers in
No.
his Gmail.
I bet there's always some crazy art about that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see a Susanoo schlong in your thing too, right?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's the email is.
Alright, so we have Susanoo. We have some pretty good jutsu so far in terms of some of our favorite ones. For me, I think another jutsu. I don't know if I could call it jutsu, but just sage mode, just sage technique.
Mode, yeah.
Honestly, okay, maybe not. Okay, well, going to taijutsu, the sage taijutsu.
Yeah.
Naruto being able to do shit like go up against pain, but the pain didn't even realize it got hit because his chakra with the nature had extended to hit someone.
Right.
When he's able to free Son Goku, the Four Tails, by using the sage shadow clone inside his stomach.
Right.
To like push the rod out, and just sage mode being like such a cool thing. He was able to go against the third Raikage and get him to hit himself, right? It wasn't KCM or the Naruto Nine Tails chakra mode that did him dirty,
Sage
right?
mode.
It was sage mode that did it. And cool, I mean, honestly, like if the Sharingan didn't go to Mangekyo levels, I feel like sage mode and the Sharingan could go head to head. And I feel like it could be anyone's matchup at that point. So
Yeah.
that's what I would think. But yeah, but do you guys have any more jutsus you want to bring up?
I think that's a good
it.
good amount for me.
Yeah, guys, we guys got a crazy set of jutsu that you guys got from us. I mean, I don't know what else is. Oh, actually, another one. Let me just bring up. Wood style is pretty crazy too. Just the ability to create. You know, it's pretty cool how like Yamato's implemented and stuff too. So
Yamato,
Who's that
really?
yeah, he's been.
How you
out for a
gonna
long
How
time.
you gonna forget the first Hokage?
Now, obviously, we have the first Hokage is sure, but seeing how Yamato was able to make a bridge, do cool shit with that, I think it's pretty cool. But just the legend of how cool it could be with the first Hokage, yeah, I think. Gonna be some crazy shit to see. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, guys, we've hit a good point in talking about jutsus and this discussion. But do you have any more thoughts on? No, I'm talking to the audience at this point. My bad. I'm trying to clarify that. But guys, do you have any more thoughts for us to talk about? What are some of your guys' favorite jutsu as well as underrated jutsu? Obviously, keep it spoiler free, but we would love to get a deep dive into what your guys' thoughts of your favorite jutsus are. Because obviously, with the world of Naruto, there's so many techniques for us to discuss. So guys, comment below your favorite jutsus. Also, keep commenting questions for us to answer because we love talking about the world of Naruto, and I love picking their brain and getting their thoughts as well as sharing them with you guys. So guys, stay tuned for more content for the Neverboard crew here. Thank you guys for watching our discussion about our favorite jutsus. Now, please enjoy the discussion and the reaction. Now back to the show. One of the questions you guys have been asking us is ranking the current Kage from the weakest to the strongest. So one way we can do this is let's start with the list style. Let's start with our Hokage, guys. Tsunade, legendary Sannin, war hero, 100 healings technique, has it all, is able to go toe to toe with likes of Orochimaru. Is tangling with other fighters right now, and it's crazy because she was able to protect the Leaf Village during Pain's arc. Even though it didn't really have to fight, was focused on protecting. It was able to save a lot of casualties in that sense too. But she's known for her monstrous strength, rivaling a lot of the characters there. Nothing really special about her except just preserving chakra and being such good at chakra control with her monster strength and exceptional healing. Let's now list the Kazekage. One of our favorite characters in the series, Gaara, was a former Jinchuriki that was bloodlusted. Now super strong. He has perfect control over his sand and is now able to do crazy feats with it, include controlling stuff like gold dust and all that stuff as well. But throughout the series, we've seen him implement that sand and go toe to toe against characters ranging from curse smart little characters like Kimimaru, Rock Lee, beating characters like that, and even fighting level of Kage characters now. Even his sand is still so good that even a point like Amaterasu is able to intercept it and keep it at bay. Super fast, super reactive sand. It is craziness to say the least. But let's keep going, guys. Let's now go to Raikage, our boy Killer Bee's older brother A. Son of the third Raikage, known for having exceptional physical prowess, but also with enhanced lightning style to enhance his physical prowess, making one of the fastest shinobi to grace in the shinobi world. Only people faster to rival him are Naruto in his KCM form, as well as Minato back in the day. Other than that, there's no character who's going to beat him in speed, and he uses it with his Nin Taijutsu, combining his ninjutsu with his lightning armor along with his Taijutsu, making him an exceptional Taijutsu fighter, brawling, able to also dodge Amaterasu at point blank, go toe to toe against someone like Sasuke with bloodluster, right? He's able to lose a limb just to fight in his opponent. That's how crazy this guy is. Exceptional speed as well, if I didn't mention that earlier. Next, we're gonna go go to talk about Mei, the Mizukage. After a history of the Blood Mist Village, finally we have a Mizukage that's more fighting for peace, but she's definitely dangerous. When she debuted in the 5 Kage Summon, we saw her using lava style, water style, boil release as well, able to melt the Susanoo with her breath, able to seal away but melt things with her lava style as well. And it's crazy because she's able to go against some of these other characters like that, even though introduced so early on, no, so later on in the show, into making her mark and to being super deadly as well. Finally, we go to the Tsuchikage, the leader of the village hidden in the stone. And what's great about him, he has particle style, not a Keke Genkai, but a Keke Tota, which lets him combine 3 chakra natures together, forming the particle style. That particle style ends up vaporizing anything it comes in contact with. Basically, if you're in its range, you're basically nuked and destroyed. An instant kill move. Onoki can also fly as well and use stone or earth style as well. Earth clones, Earth Golem, you name it, he's able to do it as well. Rock style, like with the rock clones and stuff. So we have a great list of Kage here as well, guys. All of them are no joke to mess with. So to answer this question of who is the weakest or who's the strongest, I don't know, guys. I pretty give a good list of all their abilities, right? So I guess my question is, if you were to pick the weakest out of the bunch to start off, who would you say is the weakest Kage?
The Mizukage.
Really? Really?
I mean,
explain.
Compared to everyone else, I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer.
Really? Because she has 2 different Keke Genkai, which means she has 3 chakra natures at least. And on top of that, all of her moves are include lava.
Well, we're going compared to someone who went against Minato, someone who is one of the legendary Sani, someone who has a Keke Tota,
shit,
and then someone who he was the leader of the Allied forces.
True.
So,
yeah. True.
I don't think there's really a debate.
Okay.
I think there is.
Okay.
Really, who's the weakest?
I think Gaara.
Oh.
And the reason for that is because he is the youngest of the group, and he's still. I feel like he's still developing. You can't just put him in the top yet because he's still developing. I don't think he's there at the level of the other Kages, just from experience, from master. I mean, I'm not saying. Maybe I don't know if he's mastered everything up to his full potential, but just off of like what we've seen, I feel like he would have to be at the bottom because he's still developing. He's the youngest of the group.
Interesting.
He hasn't learned. He still has a lot to learn. He's shown he is a leader. I'm not gonna say he's not a leader. He is a Kage for sure. He deserves to be a Kage because I feel like in the Sand Village, I feel like he is the strongest.
Yeah.
And he knows how to lead that group of people. But
yeah.
Overall, from all the Kages together, I don't know. I think I would put him at the bottom.
You know what, Jason? I think it's interesting because the only point of index that we can find one common opponent among all of them is Sasuke during the 5 Kage Summit. And it's interesting because Gaara, his troop, and even like the Raikages, what was it, C, they all tried to do all these attacks and it didn't work. However, the Mizukage was able to melt the Susanoo, right, with her boil release. And if Zetsu hadn't interfered, I feel like Sasuke may have died.
With the particle style.
Not even before that, too. Well, actually, particle style for sure, too. Like, but the Mizukage had the boil release. Remember?
Yeah.
She was able to put vapor sitting in the room. It melted the Susanoo.
Yeah.
Even when Sasuke tried to get stronger, it still melted. And on top of that, like, she didn't even put the lava on top of it yet, too. So, I don't know. We have an interesting debate, because on initial...
Talk about she's not married, she's done. That's it. Oh, she spazzes out. So that's it. Just say that. Boom. Done.
That makes her the weakest.
That's all you have to say.
Except that she literally but Jason brought up some good points though. That's the thing. Aside from relationships, right? Maybe she's the weakest on relationship building. Sure, you can say that. But I don't know. That's an interesting point you brought up, Jason. I kind of would have to agree just because not just to disrespect Gaara, right? Or to disrespect the Mizukage or anyone like that, but It just makes sense the way you put it, where it's experiences there, sure, but again, Sand can't do much against the Susanoo from what we've seen.
He's more defensive, I felt like, every time we've seen Gaara use the sand.
Yeah, and I mean, when he does for offensive, it's all or nothing, right? Either sealing or
And
crushing.
it works, or it doesn't work at all.
True.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
When he was fighting Madara,
yeah.
They got the sand coffin, or what they called it, the sand pyramid.
The sand
right?
mausoleum. Yeah.
Mausoleum, right?
Or not even that, right? Next week's episode, or the episode that airs next week is with the Steam Imp. Even then, or even what was it? the Tsuchikage can literally just put oil around himself and slip through it. Like he literally, we saw him break through the sand as well. The Raikage is able to just brute force it. The third Raikage is able to brute force it. So I'm going to think maybe the fourth could as well, just because they're related. I don't know. That's an interesting point you brought up. I mean, Gaara sure has a lot of like surefire kill attacks, but he's going against other Kage opponents. I think the sand would not do effective against something like lava, just because like the lava would just be too strong for the sand. I think. Plus, any Kekkei Genkais are probably going to be stronger than just basic nature releases anyway.
Yeah.
And sand is just earth release. So that's why I would have to agree with Jason. But Alan, do you have any more points that could defend?
I'm going to keep my answer.
Okay, so Alan keeps the Mizukage as the weakest. We think Gaara is the weakest so far, which is not an insult. So then who is now the second weakest? Or, I would say...
Well, his answer is going to be different from ours for the rest anyway, so...
Yeah, so then I would say... that's a good point. I would say the next weakest, I think... Maybe Tsunade. I would think Tsunade just because, like, all the other people have ways to, like... Again, Tsunade can heal herself a lot really well, but at a certain point, like, she will run out of chakra. Actually, maybe not. She is a chakra beast, but I feel like all the other Akage can, like, injure her really badly. Versus, like... She does have super strength, so she could knock out anyone on there too, right?
Yeah.
I'm not getting the main bracket. I don't know. I just feel like though everyone has their abilities that can like go against that, where it's like, okay, Mei can literally just like, all right, lava the whole field or like mist or melt away, and she has water style too. I don't know. Mei could also be there too. That's the thing. Like I could put Mei or Tsunade as like the second weakest. I'm kind of like either or. What about you guys?
Well. For me, it would be Gaara.
Okay, so it would be
it's like
okay, fine, fair.
For me,
okay.
it would be Gaara.
Gaara, what about you, Jason?
I think Tsunade is a good answer, and I think the one reason for that is when she fought Kabuto. I think that was a big, not big tell, but it was kind of like, oh man, like she almost lost.
To be fair, she did have her like hemophilia fear she was going with, and she was dealing with the trauma still of her brother and too. But once she overcame that though, she was going against Orochimaru. So,
but I'm saying like at that point,
it definitely is not a feat for her for sure. It definitely doesn't make her look as good.
I mean, we're literally ranking the best of the best almost, right? So for her to even be like the next is not like a bad thing to say. So I would say probably Tsunade. I think any other one. I think it would have to be Tsunade.
Okay, for us it's Gaara then Tsunade. For you it's the Mizukage then Gaara, right? The third, you want to go for your third? Who do you think?
Third, I think it will be Tsunade.
Okay. For me, damn, I think it might be Gaara.
Huh?
Wait, did I not put... Oh, I put
Gaara at the bottom.
Oh, we put Gaara at the bottom. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gaara, Tsunade, then it's the Mizukage.
Mizukage.
I feel like just the Mizukage... it's interesting, because I feel like we're probably going to have the same one or two, but I feel like the Mizukage, she has such a good set of abilities. She can go up against... She has 3 chakra natures, which already lets her go up against most shinobi pretty well. But then her able to use 2 Kekkei Genkais to combine them is pretty wild. That again, I think we're gonna the acid and the the lava, but I think that's just a crazy skill set. How you gonna get someone that can shoot lava like that? Just like lava style, and just fucking melt your shit. Like I don't know, man. That's kind of insane. Because Earth style, like all these other styles would not go against the Kekkei Genkai. But you said you had Gaara as third.
No, you said
fourth.
He has Tsunade.
You Tsunade as third. Mizukage, and you think the Mizukage? Who do you think is third?
I think Mizukage as third is fine. I would maybe argue, but I think because I was gonna maybe put what's the guy that has the particles?
Onoki.
Tsuchikage.
Tsuchikage. I was thinking maybe the Tsuchikage because of age, but at the same time he's shown like resilience even when like they were all down. So I'd put her at
the
3.
third. Third.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you put Gaara as third, right?
No.
Tsunade is third. Tsunade is third. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're up to number 2. And for me, I think Onoki deserves that second spot.
I agree. Mine's just Onoki.
We all have Onoki as number 2, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, that particle style is no fucking joke, bro. Yeah. Everyone at the bottom of the list, none of their techniques can work against it, right? Because it just instantaneously blows away.
Yeah.
Sand, what's good against the particle style? Because we had like the again, like we saw Naruto, Gaara, and the Tsuchikage going with the former Tsuchikage who had the particle style. So that's pretty crazy. And even then, like I just feel like that particle style, like it's an instant kill basically.
Yeah.
The only thing that stops is Onoki from having chakra, but even then he still has Earth styles too. He's shown the weighted boulder jutsu. That shit is so crazy.
Yeah.
That, hey, the moment I can touch a stone or something, I can either make it significantly heavier, or significantly lighter.
Yeah.
That is such that's on like that's a jutsu like that is very simple, but because it's so simple, it can be so effective. Like if I imagine I touch you, try to fight me. All right, I'll make you 300 times heavier. Try to do that shit now. Boom, particle style your face, done. Like I feel like that alone is crazy. Or making things lighter. He can fly too. That homie can zoom in. That's zoom, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty sick ass ability just to be able to like, I'm flying, I'm floating, I'm chilling.
Yeah, I think it also shows the resilience he has.
Yeah.
Even at because he's the oldest, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even at the age he's shown resilience, and that's why he's at the top. I think
exactly. He's not just an old fence sitter. I mean, he is the fence sitter, but he's not like
he's not just an old guy with some really cool abilities.
He's still the Kage for a reason, right? And like again, like you mentioned, the Kage there because they're recognized as the strongest too. Yeah. And that particle style ain't no joke. Yeah. So I guess we all agree then for number 2. Then I guess number 1's the Raikage.
Yeah.
A. I mean, you're right. I for my reasoning is that A is so fast that like he meets the speed requirements to be able to dodge the Amaterasu, but even if he was particle style, he's so fast that like he can just move out of the way.
Yeah.
He can literally he was able to cut through an impenetrable defense on fire to get what he needs to get done. And I feel like anyone that has that dog in him is willing to do that, then like bro, like sure, you have lava, but if I can lose my arm, I'll kick you in the face and you're dead. Like, only person that can really rival him in physical strength is Tsunade. Yeah. But even then, it's like, if he can, like, is so fast, then he can hurt her before she can do anything. I feel like that's crazy, too. He's also able to go, he was also fighting along against the, the Eight Tails, too, as well, right? With his dad back in the day, too, which is a crazy feat. And I just think that, like, him also being able to go through, remember that jutsu that they used to bring the Kage in to teleport them? There was one that and he was the one of him and Tsunade had to heal after, but he is such physically strong, even with his lighting arm, he could go through it pretty fine as well. He's super fast. Oh, on top of that, he went up against Minato. That feat alone.
He literally tested Naruto.
Exactly, bro.
So
he like, bro, unless you're faster than me, you ain't shit. And even then, Naruto couldn't get faster than him until like later on in that fight too. And even then, that was him going against B as well, fighting Killer B as well. So he can go against two Jinchuriki, give them a hard time, and only for them, he had to let them go, right?
Yeah, he let them go.
All right, you're faster than me? Okay, we'll let you go and fight. It wasn't like, you beat me, Naruto. It was like, okay, you may be faster than me, that mean I can't kill you, shit. That's put some respect on the Raikage,
Yeah.
So, and honestly, like, since the beginning of his introduction, he out here lifting weights, bro. That was the introduction. With lifting weights, being super passionate, and was able to go ape shit during the 5 Kage Summit, bro. Seeing him freaking bust down walls, it's like, I will teach you the meaning of true fury. And seeing him able to lose his arm just to get at Sasuke, that's some that mentality, bro. That some shit is crazy. Oh, and by the way, he's basically a WWE wrestling ninja. The way he freaking like Batista bombed Sasuke. Everyone's like, oh, Sasuke's dead, but okay, Sasuke got lucky with the Susanoo. But even so, like, bro, like, just fighting against the guy with the Raikage, it's just fun to watch him on screen.
It is.
His personality is great. On top of that, he has the strength and the speed to meet up with it. I don't think, as an example of the Raikage, he definitely met this in like, yo, these Kage ain't no fucking joke.
Yeah.
So, guys, what are your thoughts on that list so far?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think ours, like, their top 2 are the same, but just the bottom 3.
The bottom 3. But that's what's great about it, is because, like, any other given day, I feel like the list could change depending on how the show goes or the feat goes, or like, because you see someone like Onoki just, do something like particle style, you're like, oh, he can just vaporize people? Like, damn, that's crazy. That could be any day of the week. But if you're so fast that Minato level of speed, what's the point if you can't get back cube on me, But then you have someone like Tsunade, who's a brawler too, who's down to like fight, take what it needs to, to fight against someone like Pain as well. Like, that's no joke either, right? Yeah. Fight someone like Pain, even when almost dying, she was like, I will try to fight you. I mean, Naruto came in later, but even so, like, just that's what I loved about the Kage as this, the series as a whole, because like, we knew from the beginning of the series the Hokage, the Kage, they're all super serious, super strong individuals, but we never got a good show example. I love how the show doesn't hold back on like what it means to be the Kage on each religion. Now, like none of them are really a joke in that sense. The way, right? They're able to go up against the Akatsuki. They're able to like fight. Like, oh yeah, let's forget Killer B, A and B going up double area too against Kasame. Even though it was a fake Kasame, it was still pretty damn cool still. So. Again, feats like that. That's why I love this series, because the Kage aren't a joke, and I love that. I love this question too because it makes us reappreciate the level of these characters that have been in the series too. So thank you for that question. But guys, any more thoughts on this question?
Nope.
Well, guys, this video, like, subscribe, and also please keep asking us questions. We definitely love answering these thoughtful questions because it gives us something more to talk about, keeps us engaged, and keeps us really hyped for this channel as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode as well as our discussion for Naruto Shippuden. Please give this video a like, subscribe. I'm your host with my co-host here,
Alan.
Jason.
You'll have a good one. Peace.